long were you a physical therapist?
I was a physical therapist. I got my license. So what happened is I literally passed my physical therapy licensing exam I think it was July 15th, 2010. So July 15th, 2010, I'm a fully licensed physical therapist. July 25th, 2010, just 10 days later, I do my first open mic at the Creek in the Cave.
Wow.
Yeah. So I literally was a licensed physical therapist for 10 days saying, this is what my life's going to be. I'm committed to this craft.
Hysterical.
And then 10 days later, I was like, let's do a full about face and see Rebecca Trent at the Creek in the Cave.
I got tired of massaging the developmentally disabled.
Yeah.
10 days of that, and I'm like, nah, I got to have some of the worst Mexican food ever served in the world.
Oh, dude.
And do some of the shittiest open mics.
One of the craziest things I've ever seen there, and now we could say because it's not even a place anymore.
No, it's in Texas now, and it is great now.
It is great. The Creek in the Cave. This is not the Creek in the Cave
in Austin.
In Austin,
it's a great
fantastic
club.
Creek in the Cave in New York, not there anymore.
It's probably condos for Korean
100%.
rich Koreans like.
But remember they had that Mexican restaurant there, dude. Me and Mike Cannon saw this. We're walking, dude. We're walking down to go do an open mic, like 2011. It's the middle of August. It's like 100 degrees, full humidity. It's like you're in Vietnam, right? Like you are just like dripping sweat. Me and Mike, we're like almost like we're delirious, and we're walking to do this open mic at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever. And we see this rat. Okay, that must have eaten like some kind of poison because it's like out on the sidewalk, like not scared, not scurrying. It's just like trudging along, just like awful, like bloated. It has like spots all over it. So you're like, that this thing ate something and it's like
and its
dying.
life is coming to an end.
So we literally see this thing, and me and Mike are like, what the hell? And so we literally I think Mike was actually going to pull out his phone to record it. And then out of nowhere, we see a guy. We think he came from the Mexican restaurant that was attached to the Creek.
Yes.
He old school Mexican guy, whatever, has a butcher knife, takes the butcher knife and fucking pierces this rat. Right in front of us, like a shish kebab. Dude, dude, the thing is like this, like a shish kebab. Takes his dish towel and knocks it off into the public garbage can, wipes the knife down with the dish towel, goes back into the back of the kitchen. And we were like, oh my God.
Fuck, I got quesadillas from there, man.
Yeah, dude. And we don't know, we still to this day are like, did that actually happen? Or were we hallucinating?
We're having a fever dream. Sure.
But we were like, dude, that was the craziest thing we've ever seen. And that's when I was a physical therapist still. And I was doing physical therapy in the morning with the developmentally disabled children.
Sure.
Dude, one day I'm doing, I'm in there treating the kids, whatever. And then I go into the bathroom and we all had to use, there was no adult bathroom in the public school I worked at. Everything was the little urinals.
You had to squat down for the little urinal?
Yeah. So I'm peeing they did have one stall. So I'm peeing in the stall. And then all of a sudden, I see a look over the stall. And again, this is another time I think I'm hallucinating because I had no air conditioning in the schools. I look over and I see Stephen Colbert peeing in the little urinal. And I was like,
what's his hog look like?
Yeah.
You see that piece?
Dude, fucking nice.
Yeah, Colbert's packing, dude.
100%, dude. There's the Ukrainian flag on.
Sure, right?
Yeah. So he goes, I go, I'm literally peeing, in the stall looking at him. I was like, are you Stephen Colbert? And he goes, yes, I am. And I was like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, I'm giving a talk to the teachers, some New York City funded thing. And then I was like, oh, I just started doing open mic stand-up comedy.
Oh, with your dick out.
Dude, my dick out. Dude, he zipped up his pants so
he's pissed. He just pisses himself.
Yeah.
He's like, this conversation is not worth it. I'm gonna piss all over my trousers.
He zipped it up like Ben Stiller and Something About Mary, just zipped up. Dude, he flew out of that stall.
Absolutely.
And then I realized that was the first one where I was like, never, ever, ever tell a real comedian,
of course,
that and I couldn't believe it, and it's crazy.
Also, you're also a grown man in a children's bathroom.
Yes,
he's got a reason to be there. Yeah. He just sees some fucking wop with his dick out in a child's bathroom, like, yo, Colbert, I just started doing fucking comedy. Yeah, let me do 5 on the Colbert Report. Yeah, it's about how my wife's a fucking whore.
You know Andrew Dice Clay?
It's kind of a modern take on the Dice Man, but more racist.
Yeah. I changed Mary Miss Muffet to Jack and Jill. And so I realized then, dude, by the way, I used to do that all the time. I would never kind of say, because one of the routes to start comedy is open mics or bring your shows or whatever.
Yeah.
Giannis showed me, and you just forget, on Facebook in like 2011, when Giannis was like doing like, he was like big, he was doing Maurice or whatever. I messaged him and I was like, hey, I know you don't know me or whatever. I was like,
wow, really?
Yeah, I was like, you don't know me. I was like, but I'd love to come work for you. I can carry the speakers in and out of the clubs.
Just the way a child thinks comedy works.
Just a working class dirtbag. Instead of saying, can I open for you? I'll carry the equipment and then maybe I could do 5 minutes.
I am very good with wires, Mr. Pappas.
Yeah.
I can plug the wires into the right speakers. Believe me, you will never have a speaker clearer in your life.
Yeah. Bang. I get good deals. And then so I was doing physical therapy, burning the candle at both ends, and then I got on Guy Code, and then I started, which was a big show on MTV at the time. Of
course.
And then what happened? Here's the thing, though. Like with Guy Code, right? It was like a lot of younger people watching, like high school, college kids. But the thing is like, you always hear about like, because the kids I work with mentally and physically disabled.
So it was about the same level of intelligence on Guy Code.
Yes,
It was about the same IQ levels as the producers and writers of Guy Code, as the children that you were fucking doing physical therapy for.
The cerebral palsy.
Yo, if a bitch wears a skirt, does that mean you can fuck her? Guy Code.
Yo, what's the Guy Code to hiding your boner? You tucking behind that belt loop?
Woo! She's asking for it if you can see her bra straps. Guy Code.
Guy Code. So they but a lot of the kids' parents, because what happens is like you think, children have disabilities, like cause older moms, which is true, but also younger moms, because they'll be 14, they don't have the proper prenatal care, they don't even know they're pregnant, so they give birth to a child who's got some kind of disability. So
that kid's been weaned on fucking hot Takis and Arizona iced teas. Yeah. It has no nutrition whatsoever.
Zero.
Like a 14-year-old eats like honey buns for fucking breakfast. I remember my diet when I was 14.
Awful.
Just fries they would serve in my cafeteria, plus like fucking,
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then drinking Maltas when they're 2. And so it has alcohol in it. So a lot of the moms, the young moms and young dads, would come to pick up their kids, or like, have to meet like their child's physical therapist. Right. And be like, ain't you that motherfucker from Guy Code? I saw you on Guy Code. And so I started to get recognized, and the teacher, the principal of the school, was like, hey, you can't be doing physical therapy with mentally and physically disabled children and then be moonlighting as a comedian on Guy Code, where you're talking about hiding the boner. Is it okay to have sex with your girlfriend's sister? These are the episodes that she was watching.
You're doing too much riffing about threesomes with John Gabris for our liking.
She was like, what's the Guy Code to having fun at a funeral? She was like, none of this is okay. So she says to me, she's like, I'm going to give you like an ultimatum right now. Like, you either have to quit comedy, or quit or leave as a physical therapist. If you want to continue doing comedy, then you have to leave PT. You have to.
Insane.
And I was like, what the hell? So like in that moment,
I'm an artist, bitch.
Yeah,
I'm on Guy Code,
bitch. I said, I said, even though you're giving me, at the time, great money, $60,000. You're giving me full benefits. I have a doctorate degree that I worked so hard to get. 3.5 years postgraduate, 4 years, so 7.5 years of school. Even though you're giving me all that, I'm telling you right now, I'm quitting and going to the creek in the cave.
Fuck you. I get paid $20 a slur on Guy Code.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I literally am. I'm going to sign up for an open mic at the Laugh Lounge right now, bitch.
I'm doing a non-union talking head show. But I will say that was huge. I do feel like it launched hilarious. Like Schultz was on that. Like, dude, so many people.
Charlemagne, Lil Duval, Nicole Byer, Aquafina, Akash,
Gabris, like we talked
Dan
about. Soder,
you know,
a lot of talent. Like, literally hilarious. I mean, one of the stupidest shows of all time.
Of course.
But insane. And don't get me wrong, I'm an open micer in Baltimore being like, how the fuck do I get on Guy Code? I gotta fucking figure this out, man.
Yeah, so it was big, and then so I quit. I quit physical therapy. But now, interesting, what happened is sometimes the pandemic taketh away, and the pandemic giveth. So what happened with me is my license fully lapsed.
Oh wow!
I had a fully because I stopped doing comedy. I stopped doing physical therapy in 2013. So 7 years later, it's 2020, and they go. Andrew Cuomo, the governor at the time, reinstated everyone's healthcare license, like when it was a pandemic crisis. Wow. So I just got a freaking letter in the mail, like, welcome back,
welcome back.
Even though I haven't done anything in 7 years. And I was like, I'll go out there and start killing patients accidentally.
Yeah. Damn, dude. So could you give me a real nice massage?
100%. That's the thing is I'm Dr. Massage.
Episode 3, I need a massage.
I'll do it. Well, I was thinking
we should do it from a massage table. I'll be laying down, you're massaging me, and that's episode 3. You're oiling me up.
Dude, Spoon, if you're listening, you got to get us a massage table.
Massage table. Episode 3.
That would be funny, too, for me to, like, for the first patient I've worked on in like 10 years that also isn't a child. Is me just absolute, like you telling me the injuries and me moving your limb the complete wrong way by accident.
Just shattering my elbow.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 Bears, 1 Cave.